Deze track van Drake, Hotline Bling, draai ik niet alleen omdat het zo'n ontzettend goed liedje is, maar ook omdat ik Cari Cari op bezoek heb. En ik moet ook zeggen, toen ze klaar waren met het spelen van hun vorige track en ze hoorden dit nummer, gingen ze ook meteen helemaal uit hun dak. En dat heeft te maken met het volgende. I was just saying, you really like this song, right? By Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I found this.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Is this the reason you played it?
Ja?
Is this the reason you played it?
Ja.
Oh, awesome.
Ja, zij coveren liedjes op hun YouTube-kanaal. Dus ik dacht, nou ja, you only cover songs you like, right?
Exactly.
True. I was just saying to everybody who's listening to 3FM that you are in a really good mood, good spirit today because, well, all great things happened today.
Yeah, you got your driver's license, your racer's license.
Yeah, but I was not talking about that. I was talking about you.
No, we just drove here from Vienna, which is like a 12-hour ride, and a lot can go wrong. A lot of traffic jams are possible, and nothing happened. It was like you know,
A smooth ride.
Yeah, like gliding on clouds. And then obviously I always love being in the Netherlands because I come from a very Dutchophile person, and then you're all very nice. And then Stephanie got good news as well, so perfect day.
Stephanie, share your great news.
Yeah. I applied on an art school and I got it accepted, so I'm really, really happy.
But you've been touring through 19 countries and stuff. How are you going to combine that with art school?
Actually, I have no idea at the moment, but they've got a lot of like really cool rooms where you can do pottery and all that stuff, and I'm really keen on that at the moment, like doing stuff for a band, covers, whatever. So
yeah, Stephanie does all our artworks, and we also direct most of the music videos and stuff, and so I think it's just good to have rooms like they have free ateliers and stuff that you can use.
That's pretty cool.
So you just have to create an atelier in your tour bus.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
We need we probably end up being like this gypsy circus kind of with wagons that keeps on touring and just lives there. Would be awesome.
You already mentioned the Netherlands that you like being here. What is it about the Netherlands that resonates with you, with Cari Cari as a band so much?
It's funny. My father looks exactly like Edwin van der Sar.
Oh, really?
Exactly. And since I was a little kid...
But he also has big ears?
Yeah. And he walks the same. It's incredible, really.
Is he a great goalie as well?
No, not at all. But he was a goalie. But the thing is, every time we went skiing or something in Austria, we have a lot of mountains, all like Dutch people kept on walking up to us. Oh, Edwin! Oh! And also, I'm the shortest in my family. We're all very tall. So it's also something that connects us with the Netherlands. I don't know, we always cheered for the Netherlands in the World Cup because Austria sucks in football. And I don't know, I've never met a Dutch person that I didn't like because it's always very open, very friendly, not so, not like having a stick up your ass. And we played at Eurosonic, it was very cool. Like both our shows were packed and awesome. And
and the reviews were great. Yeah. Everybody was really happy about your show.
Yeah, and also the Dutch music scene. That's what I wanted to say in the first place. There's so many great bands. Like when we played at Eurosonic, I was watching different scenes, and for example, the German scene is really rubbish. Like
why?
I don't know. All the bands seem like, to me, when I hear their songs, they sound like they went to the rehearsal space and said, okay, we want to sound like that. That's why we have to look like that, and that's why because we want to fit in the Spotify coffee house playlist. I don't know, and it really seems constructed a lot of times. It's really like a machinery, and I think there's so many great Dutch bands that are rooted in this '60s vintage sound. Like I don't know, Pow or
oh, nice, more psychedelic.
Yeah, The Wolf. Altin Gun.
Really nice, yeah. And you also played with Indian Askin, right?
Yeah. We invited them to play as our support act in Berlin. They're super nice guys. So I always felt like connected to the Dutch music scene more than, for example, to the German one or Austrian one. And so we are very happy that we're here today.
Does it have to do with the party scene as well? Because you mention all bands who are infamous for their party behavior.
And
yeah.
Okay, wow. No, we haven't. We met Altin Gün once actually because, at a festival, but the others we haven't met. So we still have to catch up on the infamous party behavior.
That will happen. Let's talk about your album, Anana. Is that the right way to pronounce it?
Yes.
Perfect.
It's your debut album. I'm sorry, it's a cliche question, but of course I'm very curious to know why Anana. What does it mean?
So when we founded the band, our very first tour was in Australia. So it was like 1.5 months in Australia, and then we spent 2 weeks in New Zealand. And we kind of, that's the first time we heard the word Anana. It comes from the Maori language, and it means everything related to volcanoes, like this fireplace
fire.
and heat and blah, blah, blah. And because we were touring so much in the last year, our whole life kind of felt like a volcano eruption a little bit. And then we just liked the sound of the word, and it's kind of, there were so many aspects of the word that we thought that it's the perfect word to summarize everything we want to show with that album, and that's how it became the title. And I think it's a cool word.
Yeah, it's a beautiful word. You're about to play Mapache here, but the video is inspired by spaghetti westerns. What's up with that?
Yeah, we love films. Like we have this legacy. We wanted to. The only reason we founded the band is to be featured in a Quentin Tarantino movie at some point. And yeah, actually we named one song after him. We call it "Dear Mr. Tarantino," so he would recognize us. And
did it happen yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
But actually, it was funny. We played at a showcase festival in Portugal, and so I told this story on stage, and there was some guy in the audience. He's a music supervisor, and he was from Denmark, and he walked up to me after the show and was like, "Hey Alex, so yeah, I heard your story, so I have the contact details to Quentin Tarantino's music supervisor. I can give him to you if you want to."
No way.
Yeah. And so I'm still drafting the email, where I explain the story and all that, and because he's only doing two more movies, I think, so we have to be quick.
Yeah. You have to. Yeah. Come on, finish that email.
Let's finish this interview and go straight away.
Yeah. Let's finish.